Hi, I am coming to you from Costa Rica at the 𝗔𝗕𝗄𝗧 Resort. It's a very sunny and hot day today, and I'm very excited to bring you this workout from this gorgeous spa at this beautiful dreams resort. All you will need is your mat, or if you are somewhere warm like me, a towel, and we will get started. As always, only do movements that are comfortable for you and your body, and you can make any modifications throughout the class as you need to, and don't ever force anything that doesn't feel comfortable. Okay, we're going to start on our backs for a little warm-up here. So start by laying on your back and just letting your body settle into your mat, feeling your tailbone and the back of your pelvis heavy on your mat. Feeling that your hip bones are level with your pubic bone, your ribs are heavy into the mat. You're allowed that small space through your low back. From here, we're just going to start with some pelvic tilt, so tipping that tailbone towards the floor, creating a bigger space between your back and the mat, and then curling your tailbone towards your ribs, flattening your back against the mat. So little tip and little curl. And as you do this, you're going to feel your entire spine move as well. So a nice way to warm up your spine and your pelvis. I like to inhale as I tip and exhale as I curl. And as I do this, I'm making sure that I'm not squeezing my bum cheeks. And I'm making sure that the movement is coming from my abdominals. Awesome job. Inhale, tip. Exhale, curl. Now you're going to find that neutral spine again. So heavy through the back of the pelvis. Hip bones are level with pubic bone. And we're going to go into pelvic circles. So you're going to go into that pelvic tip, creating that arch in your back. And then you're going to shift your weight over to the left. You're going to curl your tailbone towards your ribs. And you're going to shift your weight over to the right, making a circle. So if you imagine your pelvis is a white bowl, and imagine tomato soup in that bowl. You're trying to coat the entire bowl with tomato soup all the way to the top of the bowl, all the edges. Trying to keep your knees steady. The movement is just coming from the pelvis. And then the hard part is reversing that circle. So just try to keep this as isolated as you can. We'll do a couple more circles here. One more circle. And then just let your pelvis settle into the mat. From here, your hands are just going to go right alongside you. Palms face your hips. You're going to arc your hands up and back behind you. And then they're going to come back up to the sky and down by your hips. So getting into some range of motion of the shoulders. You can inhale as you arc the arms up and back. And exhale as they come down by your side. And when you inhale, you can think about expanding your ribs like an umbrella that is opening. So inhaling to the fronts, the sides, and the backs of the ribs. Awesome. Now you're going to bring your hands, let the fingertips face the sky, hands come together, heavy through your pelvis. You're going to roll across your shoulder blades, keeping your elbows straight. Shoulder blades can peel off the mat, but pelvis stays heavy. And you can just breathe as you wish. And just rolling across the shoulder blades. One more each side. Good. And then you're going to bring your arms to a cactus position. Cactus arms are like a goalie post position. So elbows in line with shoulders. 90-degree bend at your elbows. You're just going to rotate at the shoulders. So internally rotating here and then externally rotating back. And just going into a range of motion that feels comfortable for you. So one direction might be a little bit harder than the other. And that's okay. Don't force anything. Just want to feel the ball gliding, rolling in the socket. One arm might feel a little bit more stiff compared to the other. Good. Couple more each direction. Last one each direction. Awesome. And then hands can come down by your side and just going to the neck now, just looking side to side. Working into the range of motion at the neck. Good, one more each direction. And then back to center. Okay, we're gonna go into a little bit of a hip fold series here. So we wanna get into that deep core, so making sure your pelvis is nice and heavy. Hip bones are level with pubic bone. I like to make that triangle over my pelvis to make sure we're on the same plane. Heavy in the lower ribs, small spaces out in your low back. I want you to imagine a clock on your abdomen, and 3 and 9 are your hip bones. And I want you to imagine pulling 3 and 9 to the middle to feel that deep core activation all the way up to your rib cage. Once you have that inner unit core engaged, so your TA muscle, we're going to go into hip fold. So drawing one knee up over your hip, keeping the pelvis nice and stable as you switch. So you can inhale as you lower, exhale as you lift up. And just going at your own pace. Again, I like to have my hands on my pelvic bones, my hip bones, so I can feel that everything is staying stable. If you're not properly engaging this muscle, you will feel your pelvis kind of drop over to one side a little bit more. Awesome job. Now you're going to bring one leg up to tabletop. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, other leg comes to tabletop. You're heavy through the back of the pelvis. You tap your toe to the mat and back up. Toe to the mat and back up. You don't want that space in your back to change. You're using your deep abdominal muscles to control the movement. Feeling this getting harder. If you need your hands by your side for support, that's okay. Now you do have the option to continue like this, or we can do a quicker switch, switch, switch. You can also do a heel tap instead, which makes it a little bit harder. Whatever feels good for your body. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs and tabletop, one comes down, and then the next. Feet are going to come to hip width apart. You want to make sure your feet and knees and hips are in line with each other. Wide across the chest, hands beside you, drawing in and wide through the abdominals. So imagine that clock on your abdomen, pulling 3 and 9 to the center. You're going to press to your feet to lift your hips, and then come back down. You're going to press to your feet to lift your hips. So the goal when we're doing a shoulder bridge from Pilates is we don't want to be arching through the back. I naturally have more of an arch through my back, so I need to tuck my tailbone a little bit more. So I just curl and I kind of roll up into my bridge. I want you to think about reaching long through your knees and your thighs. If you have tight hip flexors like myself, this is quite the challenge, but feels like a really nice stretch. Now as we come up into our bridge, I want you to bring your arms up and back, and then they come back down. Inhale, prepare, exhale into your bridge, arms come up and back down. Awesome job. Now on this next one, you are going to hold your bridge. Hands can be up in the air or by your side. And from here, you're gonna lift the heel, lower heel, lift and lower. Keep the core engaged as you lift and lower at the heel, feeling this burn all the way to the back of the leg. Trying to keep the tailbone tucked. Easy to lose once you get going here. Awesome, we got 4 more. 3, 2, 1, and slowly lower down. Hands come to your side, little hip sways back and forth. Good. Knees come back to center, hands come behind your head. You're going to tuck your chin to your throat. You're pressing your ribs into your mat to come into your ab curl, looking between your knees, and then coming back down. Tuck that chin, ab curl, and back down. You want to keep that chin tucked. We want you to think about pressing through the ribs to come into that ab curl. Anchoring at the base of the shoulder blades. Awesome. Exhale as you come up, inhale as you come down. On this next knee hold, anchor at the shoulder blades, we go into hip fold. Keep looking between your knees. Anchored at the base of the shoulder blades, keeping that ab curl scooping through the abdominals. One leg comes to tabletop. Inhale. Exhale, other leg comes to tabletop. Hands come beside you. We go into our hundreds. Inhale 5 times. Exhale 5 times. You can do it. Almost there. Lower the head down. One leg comes down, and so does the next. Knees come into chest, and you can rock side to side. Awesome job. Okay, you're going to reach the legs and the arms long behind you. I want you to think about your heels reaching away from you and your fingertips reaching in opposition. From here, you're going to take your right hand and your left leg. Your hand is going to meet your ankle. You come into an ab curl, little tap, lengthen back out, little tap, lengthen back out. We're going to do 10 each side. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome job. We're going to switch sides. Left arm lengthens, right leg lengthens. Go for 1. We go for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome job. Awesome. So we're going to come up to our sides here. So I'm going to go on my left side to start. We're on our forearm. Knees are bent. feet in line with your bum. From here, you're gonna lengthen and dip. So lengthen and dip, lengthen and dip, and then we're gonna stop as we lengthen. You're gonna draw in abdominals. You wanna make sure your elbows under shoulder. You're gonna press your knees and your arms to lift your hips and back down. And if you need to readjust, you can. You can add this arm arc over if you wish. Reach up and down. Reach up and down. Reach up and down. Usually side bridges feel impossible, but when you're surrounded by this beautiful spa at the 𝗔𝗕𝗏𝗴, it makes it so much easier. On this next one, we hold, we rotate down and up and down and up, down and up. Awesome. We got 3 more. That's 2. Last one here. And then you can drop your hip down. We're going to come onto our hand. Now, if this doesn't feel comfortable on your hand, if you have wrist discomfort, you can go straight onto your side. So hand under shoulder. From here, you're going to bring your leg up. Make sure the knee is under the hip. And you bring that leg forwards and back. Forwards and back. Forward and back. Awesome job. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. And down. Now we go right down to our sides. Bottom leg and stay bent. You want to make sure you have that little keep-hole between the waist if that's possible. Just think about lengthening through that top leg. Your top leg is going to lift. You draw in abdominals and we begin to circle. Awesome. And circle. Last 4 this way, and then we go to the other direction. And reverse. Last one. Awesome job. You're going to bring that leg forward. Bottom leg is going to straighten out. You want to make sure your hips are as stacked as possible. And from here we lift the lower leg. Lifting from our inner thighs. Making sure the leg is in line with our spine. Awesome job. Getting the feet. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees come back to a bend. Now from here, you're going to lengthen both legs out. Heels together, hand in front for support, for balance. You're going to point the toe, slide it up your bottom leg, straighten the leg, flex the heel, and think about like you're going through thick mud. We got 4 more here. We're just going to do 6. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. Awesome job. We come onto hands and knees here. We're going to start with the cat-cow. So press it around the spine. Sink the belly. Round, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, round. Exhale. Find the middle. We're going to go into our tail wag. So imagining that we have a giant dinosaur tail and you wag it side to side and take a peek over at it. One more each side. And then from here, you're just going to shift back into a hinge, offload the wrist, come back up, and back, and back over the wrist, back off the wrists. Thinking of this as like a hinge at the hips. We're going to go into a nice child's pose here, so just reaching the arms long, widening the knees as much as you need to. shaking out the wrists if you need to. And then you come back into your 4-point position. You're looking down between your hands. You're pressed to the shoulder blades. You're going to reach along with your left arm and right leg. Once you're here, you bring your left arm and right leg out, back in, and down. We're adding a little abduction here to make this harder. If you want to just stick to a regular bird dog, you're more than welcome to. Make sure you're breathing. One more each side. After this one, make things even. Last one, left side. Last one, right side. Awesome job. Shake out the shoulders and the wrists. Okay, now we got to do our other side. So I'm going to my right because I already did my left. And we're starting with our side bridge on our forearm. So knees bent. Now if you have shoulders, you can always rotate your shoulder in and out. Otherwise, elbow under shoulder. We're going to start with little tilts and dip here so we can find our neutral spine. So we're going to stay lengthened, drawing in abdominals, pressing through the arm and the knee, using abdominals to lift up and reaching that arm up. Awesome. And this breeze is feeling lovely. It's a beautiful hot day in Costa Rica. Still using that breath. We got 4 more. Last 3, 2. And on this last one we hold. Bring that arm up, we rotate down. Last 3. Last 2. Last one. And you lower down. You come onto our hands. Otherwise, if this isn't comfortable, you can lay flat. But otherwise, on your hands and wrists. Your right knee is under your right hip. Right hand under right shoulder. And we lift that left leg up and we sweep forward. We sweep back. Forward and back. Forward and back. This side feels harder for me. Pretty common to have a more difficult or challenging side. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. And then you come right onto your side. We're going into our leg circles here. Arm is my pillow, bottom leg is bent. You want to think about having a little peephole, or as if you're lifting your ribs here, you draw in abdominals, top leg comes to hip height, and you begin your circles. Keeping this all at the hip, and making sure that your back isn't rotating. You should feel the burn in your butt. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reverse. You got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Top leg comes over top, bottom leg straightens out. Leg in line with your spine. You lift with your lower inner thigh. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach both legs long, hands in front for support, heels together. We got 6 𝗔𝗹𝗶𝗴 here, so scooping that leg up, straightening out, flex the foot as if you're going through mud. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. And then from here, We are gonna go into a little cool down. So just laying on your back, hands come to a T, feet are hip width apart or wider, and you roll across the pelvis, allow your knees to drop to one side. Roll across your pelvis, allow your knees to drop to the other side. Now as you do this, you can look opposite and other way. Feeling a stretch in your entire spine. Awesome job. One more each direction. Knees come back to center, feet come together, knees draw apart, and just breathing into your rib cage. And exhale. Deep inhale. And exhale. One more breath here. And exhale. And then we're going to roll to our side. I'm going to start with my right side. Knees come together. Hands come together. Keeping the knees squeezing together. You look at your top hand as you rotate and open the chest. And return the arm. And again. One more here, and then we can switch sides. Awesome job. And you can roll right over to your other sides. You might even get a little crack in your back. Keep those knees squeezing together. You can put a yoga block between them if that's difficult. One more. Awesome job. And then we're going to come to standing. Just feet about hip width apart here. Nodding your chin to your throat. Feeling your spine roll forward one bone at a time. Hands slide down your legs. And then you feel your pelvis roll along the hips. If you need to bend your knees, you can bend your knees. Holding at the bottom. Taking a deep inhale. Deep exhale. You're going to start to walk your hands out into a downward dog. Sending the hips up towards the sky. If you want, you can pedal the ankles and the feet. Or you can just hold. And then you're going to start walking your hands back towards your feet. For a very slow return, feeling your pelvis roll along the hip bones. And then your low back starts to stack. Middle back, upper back. And then your neck. Big reach up to the ceiling, to the sky. And we are all done. Thank you so much for joining me in Costa Rica for this beautiful Pilates class. Thank you to the 𝗔𝗕𝗏𝗴 Costa Rica for allowing me to use this stunning spa. If you ever get a chance to visit, I highly recommend. It's been such an amazing experience. We did the spa the other day and it was so much fun. We did the cold plunge and I 10 out of 10 recommend. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.